The Frog Prince. One fine evening, a young princess put on her bonnet and cloaks and went out to take a walk by herself in a wood. And when she came to a cool spring of water with a rose in the middle of it, she sat down to rest a while. Now she had a golden ball in her hand, which was her favorite toy, and she always played with it. After a time, she threw up so high that she couldn't catch it as it fell. The ball rolled along on the ground until it fell down into the spring. The princess looked into the spring, but it was very, very deep. That that she could not see the bottom of it. She began to cry and said, "If I could only get my bow again, I would give all my fine clothes, jewels, and everything what I have in the world." While she spoke, a frog put its head out of the water and said, "Princess, why do you cry?" "Oh," said she, "what can I what can you do for me, you nasty frog? My golden ball has fallen into the spring." The frog said, I do not want your pearls and jewels and fine clothes, but if you will love me and let me live with you and eat from your golden plate and sleep on your bed, I will bring you your bow again." What what nonsense, thought the princess. This silly frog is talking. He can never even get out of the spring to visit me. Thought he might be able to get my bow for me, and therefore I will tell him shall have what he asks. So she said to the frog, "Well, if you will bring me my bow, I will do all you ask." Then the frog put his head down and dived deep under the water, and after a little while he came up again with a bow in his mouth, and threw it on the edge of spring. As soon as soon as the young princess saw her bow, she ran to pick it up, and she was so happy to have it in her hand again that she never thought of the frog, but ran home with as fast as she could. The frog called after her, "Stay, princess, and take me with you as you promised." But she did not stop. The next day, as the just as the princess had sat down to dinner, she heard a strange noise, tap tap, splash splash, as if something was coming up in the marble staircase. And soon afterwards, there was a knock at the door, and a little voice cried out and said, "Open the door, my princess dear. Open the door to your true love here, and mind the words that you." And I said, "By Fontaine Cool in the greenwood shade." Then the princess ran to the door and opened it, and there she saw the frog, whom she had forgotten. She shut the door as fast as she could and came back to her seat. The king, her father, saw that something had frightened her and asked her what the matter was. "There's a nasty frog," said she, "at the door that lifted my bow for me out of the spring this morning. I told him that she could live with me here, thinking that he could never get out of the spring. But there he is at the door and wants to come in. While she was speaking to Frog, the frog knocked again at the door and said, "Open the door, my dear, oi, my princess dear, open the door to your true love here, and mind the words that you and I said by fountain cool in the greenwood shade." Then King said to young princess, "You have given your word, you must keep it, so go and let him in." She opened the door, and the frog hopped into the room, and then straight on, tap tap, splash splash, from the bottom of the room till the top, till he came up close to the table where the princess sat. "Give me the chair," said he to Prince, "and let me sit next to you." As soon she had done this, the frog said, "Put your plate near to me, that I may eat out of it." This she did, and when he had eaten as much as he could, he said, "Now I'm tired. Carry me upstairs and put me into your bed." And the princess fought very unwilling, took him up in her hand, and put him upon the pillow with her hand, oi, of her own bed, where he slept all night long. As soon as it was light, the frog jumped up, hopped downstairs, and went out of the house. "Now then," thought the princess, "at last he is gone, and he will not bother me." But she was wrong, for when night came again, he heard the same tapping at the door, and the frog came out once and said, "Open my door, my dear, my princess dear. Open the door to your true love here, and mind the words that you I and said by fountain cool in the greenwood shade." And when the princess opened the door, the frog came in and slept on her pillow. In the third night she did the same. But when the princess awoke on the following morning, uh, she was astonished mm, to see, instead of the frog, a handsome prince with the most beautiful eyes she had ever seen. He told her that he had been enchanted by a witch who had changed him into a frog, and that he had been fated to be a frog till some princess should take him out of the spring, and let him eat from her plate and sleep on her bed for 3 nights. "You," said Princess, "have broken his cruel charm, and now I have nothing to wish for but that should you go with me into my father's kingdom, where I will marry you and love you as long as you live." Then they went together to Prince's kingdom, and there they lived happily ever after.